Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the channel. I'm Byron Insidious, Joshua T. Calkins Trilogy, and this is a thank you video and a gift. There is a community to which I have recently uh, taken affinity, though I am somewhat on the margins of it, not being either claimed as a full member in good standing of it, nor do I think it would be fitting to classify myself as a full-born member of said community. However, the men and women whom I have held conversation with, whom I have engaged in discussion and jumped on panels in one of their shows upon, they've been very gracious and very giving to me. They have provided me the opportunity to speak my piece, and I am eternally grateful for it. And they didn't have to. Nobody owes me the opportunity to speak. Nobody owes me the opportunity to speak my perspective. But they have allowed that. They have welcomed me. And for that, I say thank you. To the folks who collectively identify themselves as either Creeksquad or Creeksquad adjacent, you have offered me the gift of your ears and attention when, in fullest honesty, you did not owe me that opportunity. No one did. And so you have my thanks. Many of the folks who I do have conversation with within the strictures of this group know me as a bit of a clown because I take the opportunity to be a bit of a clown when I'm holding conversation, holding palaver, as would be said by Roland Deschain of Gilead. Dark Tower reference. Much as I may not enjoy Stephen King as a person, I still enjoy a lot of his books, particularly the Dark Tower series. Not at all the film that was adapted very loosely. That piece of trash can burn on the heap of history. But I should like to, in the spirit of the silliness that I bring to those people, offer you a gift. And that gift is what follows. I am now going to read for you the Gettysburg Address in the voice of Hank Hill. Howdy, y'all. Good to be here. Where am I at again? In Pennsylvania. Right. All right. Got this little speech I'm going to go ahead and deliver to y'all. Boy, I must have been drinking when I wrote this. Still came up pretty good. All right. What happened to that fella? Shot in the thigh? Oh, the calf. Well, why is his whole leg missing from the knee down? You had to cut it off? Whole thing from there down? Good God. Wow. Ugh. Anyway, let's get on with this. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. I tell you what. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field, that spot over on yonder, as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. I tell you what, some folks might consider it sacrilege to deliver such a powerful address in a cartoon mannerism. But these words will resonate forever. And I hope that at the very least, if you don't get a chuckle out of hearing those words delivered in the voice of a cartoon character, that you can at least take away some great sentiment from the implication of the words of the speech itself, as delivered by Abraham Lincoln. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I ask, as always, that you take care of yourselves, and remember, keep reading.